friends at home, blocking a strap. And as you're ready, we're going to begin lying on our backs today. And place your strap near your dominant hand and begin to feel into the ground beneath you. So find this almost spreading of your back body along the ground. Feel into that for a few rounds of breath, sinking your weight down and down and down. So beginning with the end, beginning with Shavasana, let your feet drop open, let your hands drop open, and soften your face. Invite a deep, long, smooth breath to fill the whole body. Exhale. One more big inhalation. And exhale it out through the mouth. Notice any tension in the body. So walk through the body within your mind's eye. The face and the shoulders, all down the arms and the chest, belly, hips, legs, feet, and toes. So just a quick body scan to notice, is there any place you can let go a little deeper? Just notice what that's like to just let go. Just 2 more breaths here, so make them smooth, long, even, and deep. And then begin to draw your right knee into the chest. Wrap your hands around the front of the shin. Snuggle that thigh right in toward the chest and make some ankle circles. Root down into your left heel onto the ground so that maybe you can fire up some of that stretch a little deeper. And then when you're ready, exhale, extend the right leg up to the sky. Flex the foot and open the toes. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, draw belly button towards spine, little sit-up. So from inside of your little sit-up, lift a little higher, see where your edge is. Float that left foot off the ground now, and scissors the legs. Reach up through the left foot. Notice any difference in the legs since the right leg's got a little squeeze. And then exhale and scissors. One more time with the shoulders and the head and scissors. And release the head and shoulders down. Hug the left knee into the chest. Give it a big hug. You can rock it a little side to side. Root into that right heel. Let the shoulders sink down. Feel into this stretch. Squeeze, and then on your next exhalation, release the left leg, send it up to the sky, and bring the right leg up to join it. Root your hands down alongside of your hips. Rock your weight and even your hips a little side to side. Exhale, belly button towards spine. Come into a little sit-up with both legs extended. Flex the feet, open the toes. On your next exhalation, drop the feet 6 inches. Rooting and rising. Exhale one more time, 6 inches lower. Feet are parted by an inch or 2. And exhale 6 inches lower. Lift the feet 6 inches higher. Reach your hands over to the left. Drop the feet 6 inches lower. Waken up the core. And lift the feet 6 inches. Come back to center. Hands Hands over to the right. Drop the feet 6 inches. And back to center. Lift the feet 6 inches. And drop the feet 6 inches. Hug both knees into the chest. Rock your weight side to side. And set the left foot on the ground. Draw the strap around the ball of the right foot. Send the right leg up into the sky. You're gonna shift your pelvis back and forth a little bit to root down and sink your shoulders downward. And put a bend in your right elbow. Pull back on the strap to find a stretch in the right leg. Extend the left leg along the ground. Now hold on to the strap with just the right hand. Pull back to find your edge. No further. And if you want to wave the leg a little bit side to side to feel into the stretch, keep it a little fluid, that's perfectly fine. Flex the feet and open the toes. As you're ready, exhale, belly button towards spine, rise up into a little sit-up, pull back on the strap, reach the left hand toward the left foot. Now see if you can let go of the strap and keep that nice deep extension in the right leg. All core now. And then exhale, take back a hold of the strap, release the head and shoulders down. And when you're ready, inhale, open the leg out to the right. Flex both feet and open the toes. Sink the shoulders downward. Two more breaths, exploring your edge for this stretch in the legs. Inhale, lift the right leg back up into the sky. Take a hold of that strap with the left hand, and then give your right hand a little love by wiggling the fingers, maybe making some really open hand instead of the fist. Right arm out along the floor at shoulder height. Pull back on the leg and then draw the leg across the body. Right hip's gonna come off the ground, that's okay. Right shoulder wants to sink toward the floor. You can gaze out over the right fingertips or not, your choice. Breathe down into the belly, and on each exhalation, draw your belly button nice and tight into the spine. Just exploring this space by turning up your exhalation. So take a deep breath in, and then exhale all the way, belly button towards spine without forcing, just notice. One more breath just like that. And then let go of any control over the breath and pull back on the leg a little bit more, maybe, maybe not. Shift your right hip towards your left heel. And then inhale, lift the right leg back up to the top. Let go of the strap. Hug that right knee into the body. Give it a little love. And then set the right foot on the ground. Bring your strap around the left foot. Extend the left foot up toward the ceiling. Flex the feet, open the toes. Pull back on the strap with the left hand. Release the right hand down onto the ground. You can rock the weight a little side to side and begin to extend the right leg along the ground. Soften your face. Soften your shoulders. Find your edge. Feel free to keep a little bend in the knee if you need to, and hold on with a bent elbow on that left arm. As you're ready, exhale, belly button towards spine, and come into a little sit-up. And play with this idea of we've got a nice deep stretch in the left leg. Maybe let go of the strap and see if you can keep that extension in the left leg. Little sit-up. Gather it in again. And release head and shoulders down. Inhaling, open the left leg over to the left. Elongate from the rooting of the right heel through the crown of the head. Pull back on the strap, still finding your edge. Next inhalation, let's lift the left leg back up to the sky and switch hand holds. Left arm reaches out along the ground, shoulders sink toward the earth. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, draw the leg across the body. Play with 3 breaths, pulling the belly button toward the spine, just exploring that space. Inhale fully. Exhale, tuck the belly in. Inhale, fully soft. And exhale, draw it in. One more, just like that. And then let go of any control over the breath. Think about where your left sits bone is and reach it toward the right heel. Notice how that intensifies the stretch in the left side body. Maybe for you, maybe it doesn't. Just notice. Shoulders sink away from the jaw. And we pull back on the strap. Big stretch, big twist, big foreshadowing of a standing balance to come. And then, one more breath here. Exhale, bring the leg back to center. Release the strap and give that left leg a hug in, bending the knee, big squeeze. And then let's just take a moment for happy baby. Reach toward the long edges of your feet and then drop the thighs out toward the sides of the body. Lengthen the back of the neck, sink your shoulders downward. You can drum your fingertips into the long edges of your feet. And breathe. Easy breath. Take a deep breath in through the nose and a big sigh. Play with the idea of straightening your left leg. It might roll you all the way over to your left side. Press that foot into the hand into the foot, and then rebend the left knee and let it roll you back onto your back. Play with the idea of straightening the right leg, press the right foot into the right hand, and reach out through the right foot. Maybe it will roll you all the way to your right side, maybe not. And then rebend the right knee and let it pull you back into center. Feel how good it feels to rock back and forth on the back. This gentle pressure of your, the weight of your own body massaging your back. And then, as you're ready, let's cross our ankles over. Hold on to the long edges of the feet and begin to rock up to seated slow motion so that we can find perhaps a balance on our sits bones. So come up and see if you can balance it. If you're not there yet, take one more roll or 2 and then unwind the legs. Hold on to the big toes. Notice it's really easy to kind of curl up here. So elongate the whole spine. Thinking of pubis to forehead, nice and long, and then play with opening the legs, one at a time or both, your choice. And a big stretch going in the legs, so feel free to keep a bend if you need to, so just notice what's here. And breathe, balance, stretch. Maybe let the thighs become heavier and drop even farther open. Maybe a little farther, maybe not, maybe a little farther, maybe not, and then pull the feet together and pull yourself into an easy fold, holding on around the feet or keeping the, you can even wrap your fingers inside each of your toes. Really great for your feet to spread the toes. It's great for your balance as well because it wakes up more of the bottom of the feet. So draw the elbows back, the heart forward, maybe coming into a big fold. Shoulders draw back away from the jaw. You can turn your gaze a little side to side. One more big breath in. Exhale it out through the mouth. So a sigh is akin to a yawn, and they're both kind of a reset for your brain. So draw in one more big deep breath. Sigh it out if you like. Yeah, and then when you're ready, we'll release the hands and bring the hands around the outsides of the knees, gather them in, cross the ankles over, sit up nice and tall, reach the arms skyward, big stretch. Right hand to left knee, easy seated twist for one breath. So lengthen through the crown and then reach left arm up and over, look down toward the right thigh, right shoulder drops away, stretching out the side body. And then inhale, rise. One hand to each knee, roll the belly button toward the spine, chin toward chest. Inhale, pull back and lift the chest, look up. On your exhalation, reach the arms down to go up, left hand to right knee, right hand behind. Rooting down, roll right shoulder open and rise for one breath. Right arm reaches up and over. You can look up at the right hand or down at the left thigh. One more breath. Inhale, one hand to each knee. That's seated cat-cow. So sink, chin toward chest, shoulders away from the jaw. And then inhale, pull your heart forward, look up. Even reach up with your chin for a moment, stretching all the way through the point of the chin, and then come to neutral. From here, let's press your hands into the ground behind you, lean back. You can find your sits bones being able to shift back and forth. Lift the legs, half boat. So from your half boat, extend maybe just one leg straight, play with that. Pull the right knee in, or the left, whichever one it was. Straighten the opposite leg, play with that. Come back to bend. Now straighten both legs. Keep the feet parted a little bit. Lengthen again from pubis to the collarbones. All the way to the crown of the head. Reach your hands over to the left. Really far. Maybe lift your legs a little higher. Maybe a little lower. See what's a challenge. See what the challenge is. And then center. Bend the knees, pull them in. Straighten the legs. Reach the hands over to the opposite side. Reach, 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 reach. And back to center. Hold on to the backs of the knees. And we can cross the ankles to roll through, or simply make your way to table and the way that makes sense to your body. Rock your weight a little side to side in the knees and the tops of the feet. Exhale, belly button towards spine, cat. Stay there for a breath, allowing the stretch. Allowing some spaces to open up between each vertebra. You can wag your tail a little side to side, maybe turn your head a little side to side, and then soften into neutral. Exhale, belly toward the earth, lift head and tail, root down in the hands. Stay here for a moment and imagine the front sides of all those vertebrae opening up, lengthen through the crown, maybe wag your tail a little bit side to side. Notice if there's some tension in the hips. Maybe even get your head involved. Notice. And then coming into neutral, we'll step back to plank pose, everybody's favorite. And from plank pose, let's lift our right foot off the ground. Pull yourself to three-legged down dog. Sink the left heel and sweep the right foot up between the hands. Left knee comes down. Now, root the hands, pull your heart forward so that you can intensify the stretch in the left thigh, the wringing out of the right hip crease as much as you like, or turn it off, right? You can soften. You are in control of the volume knob in every pose. So pausing here for one more breath. Reach the heart forward through the crown of the head. And then exhale, step the right knee back next door to the left, knee down, plank. So knees, hips, and shoulders, head all in one line. Draw your elbows back toward the waist to lower half. Inhale, tops of the feet, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. From your downward dog, inhale, lift the heels, ripple forward to plank. Lift the left foot off the ground, a few inches, and then pull yourself to three-legged down dog. Exhale, left foot up between the hands, right knee to the ground, root into the hands, pull the mat back towards you to intensify or not. Breathing into this nice low lunge. And elongate. Find out what happens when you think about where your right knee is on the ground and then draw a line to the crown of your head and really stretch out everything. So don't let anything be collapsed here. Nice and long. One more breath. Exhale, step your left knee back next door to your right knee, knee down, plank, and then elbows draw back toward the waist. We lower half, switch to the tops of the feet, upward dog, and downward dog. Once you've arrived in your downward facing dog, root into your hands, root into your balls of your feet. Let the heels sink, sink, sink. Release all the weight of the head, broad across the shoulders. And inhale up high to the tiptoes. Exhale, sink the heels. Inhale up high to the tiptoes, just lifting your tail toward the sky, and then sink the heels. Inhale up high to the tiptoes, and then bend your right knee, sink the left heel. Inhale up high to the tiptoes, bend the left knee, sink the right heel. On your next inhalation, high to the tiptoes, bend both knees, press your torso back toward your thighs, and straighten the legs. Breathe down into the belly. Right leg into the sky. Sink the left heel. Reach up through the right toes. Higher and higher. Sink the left heel lower and lower. Right foot steps up between the hands. Left knee to the ground. Rise up in the low lunge. Reach up through the hands. Now shift your hips forward, maybe adding a little back bend. And sink the arms into cactus. Inhale, arms up, and float them back to the ground. Plank pose. From plank pose or knee down plank, your choice, shift forward on the toes, lower halfway. Inhale, upward dog, and exhale, downward dog. One more breath. Left leg floats up into the sky. Sink the right heel. Sink the right heel even more. Lift the left foot even more. Left foot sweeps up between the hands. Right knee to the ground. Rise up, straight up and down at first. Reach. And then allow the hips to begin to shift forward, adding the back bend, sinking the arms into cactus. And on your inhalation, reach up and float back. Hands to the ground, stepping back to plank. From your plank pose, draw the right knee to the ground, right hand center, left heel comes down, modified side plank. Reach up. And on your exhalation, reach the left arm up and over, stretching out the side body. Peek down at your right hand. Maybe crawl your fingers forward an inch or so and lift the left leg. Maybe not. On your next exhalation, we'll sweep the left foot down, left arm sweeps back toward the left hip and back down to the ground. Plank pose. Lower half and press to the top. Left knee comes down, right heel comes down, moving back into modified side plank. Right arm up into the sky, stay here, or reach the right arm up and overhead. Stay here, or peek down to the left fingertips, maybe crawling forward an inch or so. Lift the right leg. Stay here, or actually we're not going to stay here. Sweep the right hand back toward the right hip and down to the ground. Right foot comes down and we'll step back to plank. Lower half. Inhale, press to the top. Draw your belly button towards your spine. Shift back to downward dog. And from your downward dog, walk your hands back to your feet, standing forward bend. Releasing all the weight of the head. Smoothing out the breath. Tuck your pinkies into your elbow creases for a breath or two. Good time to grab a sip if you need a drink. Stay hydrated. And as you allow your hamstrings to stretch here and allow this reversal of flow in the body as the head hangs, the face softens, the shoulders release, we'll then begin to fire it up. So bend the knees a lot so torso comes toward thighs and rise and chair. Reaching up, rooting down. This is such a great grounding pose. So feel into the bottoms of your feet and let's play with sinking our hands to our heart And then we're gonna rise up onto the balls of our feet. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe that's not for you today. That's okay. Maybe it's just super goofy. So play once more with rising up onto the balls of the feet. And exhale, sink. You can use your hands along with, if you like. Inhale, lift your prayer hands a little bit. And exhale, sink. One more time, let's play with rising up. And drawing down into the roots of your feet. Sweep the arms down to go up, back into chair pose. Dive into the pool, standing forward bend. Release the crown of the head, one more breath. Inhale, chair. One time, rise up onto the toes, maybe, maybe not. Exhale, sink, dive back into the pool, standing forward bend. Inhale, chair. Pausing here, think about shifting all your weight into your left foot. Just lift your right foot off the ground. Maybe an inch, maybe two. One-legged chair. And exhale, sink that right foot down. Dive into the pool, standing forward bend. Inhale, chair. Exhale, root down into the right foot. Lift just the left foot. One more breath. Exhale it down. Dive into the pool, standing forward bend. And one more time into chair pose. From your chair pose, press the air away. Hands come to heart. Find your mountain. Thumbs touch the sternum. We root down into our feet. Roll the shoulders back. And lengthen through the crown of your head, remembering your intention. One more breath. Sealing it in. Press your palms together a little bit. And then chin toward chest. Ease eyes open if they're closed. Fingertips tap the ground, chair pose. Dive in, standing forward bend. Inhaling, walk your hands back to plank pose. Fingers spread wide, middle finger pointing straight forward. One long line of energy from heels through crown. From here, shift forward on toes. Lower halfway, press to the top. Feel free to skip these if you like. Let's go again. Sink and press up. One more time, sink halfway and press up. This time, we're gonna sink halfway and find our upward dog. Downward dog. Releasing the crown of the head, releasing the heels. Right leg's gonna float high into the sky. Sink the left heel, bend the right knee, stack the hip. Let's make some huge circles with that right knee. So imagine there's a paintbrush on the end of that right knee, and we're gonna go big circle out to the right. Tucking the knee all the way in and around. A couple more times. And reverse, opposite direction. A few more circles. And then wind it back up, bend the knee, stack the hips. Sink the left heel even more. On your exhalation, straighten the right leg, draw the right foot up between the hands. Rise in, crescent. All the way up. From here, we're going to exhale our hands back, bow forward so that the crown of our head is in line with our left foot. We're like a slash on the page from the crown to the left foot. Shoulders roll back, palms are facing each other. Sink, finding your edge. Where's the stretch? Can you sink low enough so you feel it in your left calf? Maybe. Or is it all about the balance today? That's lovely. Inhale the arms forward. So now your fingertips are reaching right out of the grounding of that left foot. Keep the neck long, and then inhale, sweep the arms down to go up, rising back up into our crescent pose. Set the hands on the ground, lift the left leg into the L shape, curl the left knee, and set the left foot down next door to the right foot. Inhale, chair pose. And out of your chair pose, rise up into mountain pose, hands to heart. Check in with your intention. Fingertips touch the ground as you bend your knees, chair pose. Dive in, standing forward bend. And halfway lift. Elongate Hold, lift the right leg out behind you in the L shape and set the ball of the right foot down. Fire it up, so in the lunge, just to start, and then we'll inhale, rise up into crescent. Soften that back knee if you need to. Reach, and then exhale, arms back. Shoulders are broad, palms facing each other. Notice any little tiny movement you can make to find your edge here. It might mean lifting your heel a little bit in the back, might mean bending your right knee a little. It might mean sinking your torso or lifting your torso. Play around. Now inhale, flow the arms forward. That same long line of energy out of the right foot through the fingertips. And then inhale, sweep the arms down to rise up into crescent. On your next exhalation, we'll sweep the hands to the ground, plank pose. Lower half, press to the top. Skip these if you like. Lower half, press to the top. One more, lower half, press to the top, and then we'll just take that dip to rise in upward dog. Roll through toes, downward dog. 2 more breaths. Now that left leg's gonna go high in the sky, bend the knee and stack the hip. Sink the right heel. Let's take those big circles with the left knee. Big circles, one direction, few times. Imagine breathing right into that hip joint. And reverse the direction. And then lift the knee, bend the knee, stack the hip. Sink the right heel, lower, lower, lower. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Draw left knee up between the hands. Root down into the right foot. Lengthen through the crown of the head. And rise in crescent. Bend the back knee if you need to. And for this time, we're going to draw our hands down as we drop our knee toward or to the earth. Inhale up. Exhale, draw down. Inhale, rise. It could be like a half-inch drop. That's plenty. Could be just arms, your choice. Couple more. Pause. Sweep the arms back. Shoulders back, head forward. Now, root into that left foot. We're gonna shift the right foot up to standing. Reach the arms skyward if you like, or not. Pause. Inhale. Take a deep breath. Exhale, step that foot back. Arms can fall. Hands to the ground. Pick up the right leg like the L shape. Release the crown of the head. More and more and more through the torso, let go. Push into the fingertips, pushing them forward to find a little deeper stretch. One more breath, breathe right into that left hip. Right foot steps down next door to the left. Rock your weight side to side. Inhale, pick up the left leg. Reach it out behind you. Pour your chest toward the thigh. Sink the crown of the head, step the left foot back. Rise in crescent. And as you root here, sweep our hands back. I forgot what we did on this side. We're getting there, hang on. What happened? Oh, I remember. Inhale up, sorry. Exhale, hands float down. We dip a little or a lot, your choice. Inhale, rise. Exhale, dip. Inhale, rise. Continue, a few more. Last one. Now, sweep the arms back, reach the crown forward, root into that front foot, and we're going to we're going to raise our arms and lift that left leg all at the same time. Here we go, stepping forward, keep dragging along the mat if you need to, hold. One more breath. And step it back. Hands come down, let's step back to plank. And from your plank pose, lower half. Press to the top. You got it. Come on, a couple more. Take one more push up. And lower half. Heart draws forward. Upward dog. Downward dog. One more big breath here. Exhaling, let's walk our hands and feet to the center of the mat. Grab your strap. Wrap the strap around the ball of the right foot. Bring all the extra strap over to the right. Soften your knees. Bend your knees more and more until your torso comes towards your thighs. And begin to roll up, slow motion, one vertebra at a time, just standing, letting the hands slide up the strap. All the way up, all the way up. Shoulders roll back. Root into that left foot. Then root back into the right foot. Left and right. Then once you sink into the left foot, push down and lift up the right knee. Holding on with the right hand. And using your left arm in whatever way you need, begin to imagine you're this tall tree, right? So your roots are going down and through that left foot. Inhale, extend the right leg if you like, or keep it where it is. Feel free to move to a wall to rest that left hand or a table or a chair. Find your edge here. Stand tall. Inhale, open the leg. Find that focal point, keep your gaze set someplace. Inhale, moving it back through center. Bring it down if you need to, or keep it up. Usually we keep it up. Left hand holds on. We switch to left hand and draw across the body. Use your right arm in whatever way you need to for balance. Find your edge. Exhale it back to center and bring it down. Whew. From here, step it out a little bit if you need to. And let's wrap the strap around the ball of the left foot. Go into the fold and hold on with just the left hand, releasing the weight of the head. Feel down into the roots of your feet. And as you let go and let go more, begin to bend the knees. Chest to thighs, and inhale, begin to roll up through the spine, slow motion through bent knees, coming all the way up. Root into the right foot, root into the left foot. Feel that swaying motion that even tall trees have. Nice and tall and strong with roots growing down. So root down into the right foot now, and when you're ready, we'll lift that left foot off the ground. Pause here for a moment to find your focal point. Set your gaze. Keep it right there. Inhale, extend the left leg. Adjusting your handhold if needed. And engage in that right arm in whatever way you need. One more breath. Inhaling, open the leg. One more breath here. And then drawing it back through center. See if you can move smoothly and slowly to switch hands. Maybe. Use that left hand in whatever way feels good to your balance and draw the leg across the body. Notice your edge. And is it in the stretch or is it in the balance, or can you find both? And then, when you're ready, gently bring it back to center and maybe release. Gracefully, maybe fall out. All right, drop the strap. Walk out any tension in the legs. Inhale, arms down to go up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, walk your hands forward to plank, feet back. Inhale, lift your right foot off the ground. Pull your right leg up into three-legged down dog. Bend knee, stack hip. Left heel sinks. Straighten the right leg. Draw the right foot up between the hands. Inhale, up into crescent. Exhale, sweep the arms back. Come forward into that long slash shape. We're bowing forward a little bit. And then inhale, we're gonna lift that left leg. Woo, maybe, maybe not. Arms up. Wow, balance is playing today. And then exhale, step it back. Now let's see if we can do that again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink. Now root a lot into that front foot. Let's bring our hands over this front leg and just root down into the right foot. Imagine those roots growing down. Lift your toes, spread them wide, shoulders broad. Then sweep the arms back. Let's inhale, lift that left leg. It don't want it for me today. And then exhale, step it back. Hands plant, plank. How about 3 push-ups? Lower half. Inhale, press to the top. Exhale, lower half. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Up. One last lower to rise in up dog. And down dog. Inhale, lift the heels, ripple forward to plank. Exhale, lift the left foot off the ground. Pull yourself to three-legged down dog. Right heel sinks. And exhale, left foot plants between the hands. Crescent. Exhale, arms back. Inhale, lift right foot. Exhale, step it back. Let's look forward from here and see if we can find a focal point. And we're ready with our focal point. We're rooted in our left foot. And take a deep breath in. On the exhale, lift that right leg and the arms. Exhale, step it back. Inhale, keep that focal, drop forward. Exhale. Just one more, lift it up. And step it back. Hands plant, plank pose. From your plank pose, lower half. Inhale, upward dog. And downward dog. Nod your head, yes. Exhale, knees to the ground. And come lying on your back. This time bring your block along. That one. And as we come lying down on our backs, plant your feet on the floor and reach your hands toward your heels. And as you breathe in and breathe out, See if you can touch your heels. Maybe, maybe not. Let the upper arm bones roll downward. And then soften the arms completely. Just let the palms rest on the ground. From here, root into both feet. Press down into the floor with the feet. Lift the hips high. Exhale, sink the hips down. This time, inhale, let the belly rise as the sits bones root into the earth and an arch in the low back. And then exhale, belly button towards spine, flattening out that arch, lift the tail up, up, up. And then exhale, sink it down. Inhale, belly rises, we arch the back. Exhale, belly falls, we flatten out the low back and peel the tail up off the floor. Lifting up, up, up. Then exhaling, lowering down one vertebra at a time, listening to the back body. Inhale, belly rises, tailbone sinks toward the ground. And then when you're ready, exhale, belly button toward the spine, tail lifts. And now, this time, let's just reach our hands beneath our back. Maybe clasp, maybe not. Perhaps rolling the upper arm bones under even more. Root down into both feet. Lengthen the back of the neck. Chin comes toward chest. Keep your gaze looking upward. Don't turn your head side to side here. Root more into your feet, rising a little more. Maybe, maybe not. Push a little more. Maybe, maybe not. Find your edge, no one else's. One more breath here. Release the arms, release the upper arm bones, and easy does it, roll down. Let the soles of the feet come together for reclined cobbler's pose. Let the thighs become heavy, rock your weight a little side to side. And then inhale, gather the legs toward each other, feet back on the floor, reaching hands toward heels, upper arm bones roll down, shoulder blades tucking under, and then exhale, belly button towards spine. Lift the tailbone up one more time into bridge pose. Now grab your block. It's got 3 heights, low, medium, and high. Choose the one that makes sense to your body today and place that block right beneath your sacrum. Reaching the hands maybe to the opposite side of the block to clasp. Maybe not. Stay rooted in both feet, so don't let the feet take a nap here. They want to stay connected so that your thighs stay parallel. A lot of the time, if we soften up in the feet, our thighs start to drop out. So stay connected there. Smooth out the breath. Two more breaths. Now, if you feel really sturdy on your block, on your next inhalation, send the right leg up into the sky. Plant that foot into that pretend concrete, so spread your toes out wide to make a nice impression. And again, if you feel really, really comfortable on the block and sturdy, you can bend your right knee, externally rotate the right knee out to the side, place the right ankle on the left knee. And then give the right thigh a moment to drop. And it may feel good and proper to heel and toe the left foot in toward the midline once or twice. Just notice what that feels like for you. Shoulders still rolling down, chin moving toward chest. Now stay here, or if you feel really, really sturdy on your block, lift the left foot off the ground, pushing the left knee into the outer edge of the right ankle. Flex both feet, open the toes. Gently bring that left foot back to the ground. Send the right foot up into the sky. Plant the right foot back down. If your fingers are feeling tingly or weird in any way, just unclasp them from each other. And you can bring your elbows to press into the ground and let your hands rest on your hip points. Or just rest your hands on the ground, your choice. So from here in bridge pose, let's root into the right foot. And inhale the left foot up into the sky. Flex the foot, open the toes, spread the toes, wide, wide. Maybe heel and toe the right foot in toward the midline a little bit because you know where we're going, maybe not. And then begin to bring the left ankle to right knee. Let the left thigh drop out to the side, becoming heavier and heavier. Smooth out the breath. Now, if you feel very sturdy on your block, begin to lift the right foot off the ground, pressing the right foot into the left ankle. Flex both feet and open the toes. One more breath. Exhale, right foot to the ground. Inhale, left foot to the sky. Left foot comes back to the ground. Root into both feet, thighs are parallel. Push down into the feet, lift up, take a hold of the block with one hand. Keep your hips high. Keep pressing into the floor, dragging the thighs toward each other slightly, not letting the knees knock, but just pulling everything in toward the midline. And then slow motion, open that space between the shoulder blades. Begin to feel into each vertebra as you slow motion come down onto your back. Curling the tail toward the end for a little counter stretch. Soles of the feet come together, recline cobblers. Let your arms be like cactus arms for a moment. Press your feet together and soften. Press your hands together in prayer over your heart and soften. And then press both feet and hands kind of hard. Press, 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 and then release. Notice how good it feels to let go of that tension. Extend the legs out along the ground. Let the feet totally drop open. Let the shoulders tuck under the back. The hands drop open. Smooth breath flowing in and smooth breath flowing out. Soften your eyes. Relax your jaw. And everything in between, eyes and your jaw. Relax the forehead, the ears. Soften your throat, shoulders, arms, hands, and fingers. Relax the chest, solar plexus, and the belly. Relax the hips, legs, feet, toes. Surrender completely. Gently begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Sweep your arms above your head along the ground and stretch out from your fingertips to your toes. Big, long, full body stretch. And then exhale, bring the hands down alongside the hips, bend the knees, and place the feet on the floor about hips width distance and rock your knees side to side. And the next time your knees come over to the right, just draw your whole self over to your right side body for a pause. Breathe in, breathe out, and gently press yourself up to seated. Eyes closed, hands resting on the thighs, either face up or face down. And as you arrive, taking one more deep breath, exhaling your chin towards your chest. Ease your eyes open. Inhale, arms and gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart. Namaste.